Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. This video is us collecting the last 27 Poes that are outside of dungeons. We have 30 Poes. There are 57 of them outside of the Cave of Ordeals, the 50 level like mega dungeon in this game. So this is number 31 for us. If you push the southern gravestone in Kakariko Village's graveyard, there's a Poe. If you missed it, there's also a Poe in the middle of the graveyard, but we got that one. Also, on the way to Death Mountain, the second Goron will flip you up to this ledge, and there's a Poe. I will talk a little bit about Poes that we got, and actually there's one here that I found out we didn't have, that, or that I thought we had, that it turns out we didn't have. So, I don't know if I saved a practice file, or continued from a practice file instead of the standard file. And then this wouldn't represent all the Poes, and if that's the case, I'm sorry. There are some that I know that there was one difference that I got. Oh, above the bomb shop, if you go through the bomb shop, there's a ladder, and above the bomb shop, in that place we blew up when we were getting the tears in Kakariko Village, there is a Poe there. And this is number 33 for us. And slightly higher on this run, above the village, there's a our 34th one. There is one on the bridge west of Castletown, and I may have gotten that one instead, because we don't get that one in this collection video. I also may have gotten the one in the field north of Castletown on that bridge. But, I mean, the guides for Poes are pretty good. As long as you can keep track kind of in your head of what you've gotten and what you haven't. Now, this is not the order I collected these Poes in. I mean, these first four are in the order I collected them in. But after that, I started grouping them into areas, so it would be easier, because I would miss one and I would come back and clean up the area once I realized there was another Poe there. So these four around Kakariko Village I actually did right away. So, on Snow Peak, there is one right as you cross the frozen lake and start going up the hill. There's one just in between these two rocks. I hate it when they get up like that. It's rough. And the frozen wolf spirits or whatever on this mountain do not make this easier. So there we go. There is 35. And again, 57 is our final goal. So up this this walkway at the top, you can go left or right. And if you go left, there's 2 trees. And under the first one, the closest one, is a Poe. And this was actually the 57th one I got right here. And I do like that they knocked us out of the sense animation to collect the Poe soul. I think that happens twice during this collection. So then, a little further up the mountain, under a tree all by itself, at the edge of a cliff, is our 36th Poe. So, there we go for that one. And then the next one is in the cave at the top. Oh, I should say, actually, looking from there, I could see that the one in the tree all by itself looks like it was first, and that the one I showed before was actually second. But under trees, climbing Snow Peak. So in the Snow Peak cave, when you first dig into the cave, there are these chunks of ice. Under the one on the left is a Poe. So there we go, that's 37? Yeah, 37. There are actually, the last one for Snow Peak is, oh no, I'm sorry, that was 38. The last one for Snow Peak is after you snowboard against Yeto. If you walk back, there is this, this hill, and you can climb this hill. It takes me a while to figure out how. You can climb this hill, and there's a Poe on top at night. All these Poes are available at night, except ones in caves are available at any time, I believe. Some of these areas, in retrospect, like Snow Peak has 5 in it. The Gerudo Desert has something like 8. And that doesn't include the 4 in Arbiter's Grounds. Lake Hylia has like 6. And that doesn't include the 3 in the cave there. So if you keep going over here, like, I couldn't really figure it out very well, but if you keep going over here, then eventually you get to the... So there we go. Poe 39. So, this is where the bomb bag fishing place, river thing is, and the fishing area. And on the south here, there's a little island. And if you swim to it, it has a Poe. Poe number 40. There's also 2 in Zora's domain we must have gotten during the story. So. Oh, there might even be 3. So, at Lake Hylia, at Falby's Flight by Fowl, there are 2 we can get in the Flight by Fowl game. If you can actually catch a chicken. They're chickens. I'm not going to call them whatever they are anymore. So, the first one, you do a 180 and fall back behind where you pick up the chickens. And there's just this little cliff, and all it has on it is a Poe. So you gotta kind of watch, and, you know, we don't want to fall off the cliff here. He's doing a real good job glitching through the scenery there. So I had to do the game a second time too because you can't float to the treasure island from here using the chickens that are up here. So I floated from that platform in the middle that has nothing on it. So here we go. This guy's on the 2nd level of the treasure island. I actually didn't even bother to open the chest that would have the rupee in it up here. So I paid the price to play the game, and I didn't even make an attempt to get up higher or anything. I just went in for the Poe. Alright, and then up in this kind of southern little crook of the map, there is a Poe in a field all by himself. There's also one on the western shore of Lake Hylia that we already got. And like I said, there's a cave in Lake Hylia that has 3. Alright, and then finally, by the tower where you get the information about going to Gerudo Desert, there is a Poe. And now I have completely lost count. But I do know, because I actually recorded post commentary for this before, and forgot to hit the record button, so I do know that from my count on that one, that there is in fact 27 Poes in this video. Alright, so in this area north of Hyrule Castle, there is a dig spot, and it leads you to a cave that's filled with, I don't know, the piranha plants from Mario Brothers, no, they're whatever they're called in Zelda, and 2 Poes. Now, this area also has a bridge in the middle of it, and at night, there's a Poe in the middle of that, if you haven't gotten that one already. I believe there's also things like, I think there's a Poe over by the entrance to the block puzzle heart piece cave, but I'm not sure about that. If there is, we must have gotten it. I'm hoping this matches up with everything I've shown, but I certainly cannot review 99 videos to make sure. Or 101 videos, or however. It's 101. This is video 102. So that's the second time we got knocked out of the scent animation. So that's that for Poes. At least in this little area. So in the hidden city, right when you come in on the left, there's a balcony. It's pretty hard to get to. And there's a Poe up there. But you cannot miss this guy if you come in at night. Like, he's super obvious. And he's the only one in this area, so. Alright, so Gerudo Desert. Right where you land after shooting here from Lake Hylia to the south, there is this rock outcropping, and a Poe appears here at night. There he is, he just appeared. These things in the sand make it really hard to target him. Super hard. Now, we have a lot of them in Gerudo Desert. We're going to warp there, though, from here, because there's one right at the warp point. So rather than run all the way over there and hookshot up there and all that garbage, we're just going to warp over there. Now, interestingly enough, the Cave of Ordeals, the dungeon that has the last 3 Poes in it, this is the entrance. There's a set of stairs under where the Bridge of Eldin piece was, and, like, that is the entrance to the Cave of Ordeals. But for now, there's just a Poe here, that's all we care about. So, in the area outside of Arbiter's Grounds, where they set it on fire, and we had to charge out with the boar through the gate, there's a Poe there now. So I guess the earliest you could collect all Poes is after City in the Sky, double claw shot. And we're actually going to do the Cave of Ordeals next, so that's essentially what we do. Finish City in the Sky, then do Cave of Ordeals. That will all be live commentary, by the way. So, to the left of the Gerudo Desert, there is a tree we can hook chop to, and that tree has a Poe next to it, and a cave right... Like, there's a cave right under the Poe. Actually, I guess just this plateau has a Poe on it. And then under the Poe, there's a dig spot to a cave that has 2 Poes in it. So, 3 Poes up here. So, yep, there's our Poe and those 3 skulls on the ground. The dig spot underneath them is the entrance to a cave. And that's the second time I've missed one just by missing a Z target. It's kind of a pain. So here we go, and we dig. And this one, you'll have no options. You are literally surrounded by breakable boulders and 2 Poes. So you just have to go at the Poes. You have no, like... I suppose you could just take hits from them and swing the ball and chain and try to... Because there is more to this cave, like torches and things, and like a treasure chest, if you break all these blocks. That's not what we're here for. So the final 4, I believe we have here. So that must have been 53. In the Poison Marsh in Farron Woods, we can jump across with Midna, and it leads us to like a big hollowed out tree stump, and in there is a Poe. This would have been the earliest one plotline wise, like the earliest area in the plotline. Alright, in the Sacred Grove, if you come back here after doing the Temple of Time, and you go up to where the Master Sword was at night, there's a Poe. There's also one in the rock next to that place where we started, but where we fight the Skull Kid or whatever. But we got that one during the playthrough, I know we did. Now, in areas where the Skull Kid hid, there actually is this kind of stump area. And there is a Poe here. And he's set up so that if you jump for him, you will fall back off. So don't do that. Lure him out. So that's 56. And our 57th Poe is kind of hard. You're going to have to watch my map to see where he's at. Because it's a series of like hook shots along like a mountain path. So if you look on the map where I'm at right now, that path to like the Great Bridge over Lake Hylia, there are a set of hook shots. And this is going to take a while because I showed getting up here, and then we have to wait for night. So this one would clearly be available once you had one hook shot, I think. And this circle of grass has a dig spot. I don't know what's in there. I don't think I checked. I just did this until a Poe appeared. There was a lot of this. There was a lot of this that got cut out. Me just running around in circles till a Poe appeared. Like, once I figured out that there was one there. Because that Skull Kid one, I saw it as it was becoming dawn, and I watched it disappear from the ground. And I had to find a way up there and climb up. And then just waited out for another day. So there we go, Poe 57. And when we come back, we will be back to live commentary for the Cave of Ordeals, which I believe will be 5 videos long. So, yeah, that's a thing. But it'll be 5 action-packed videos. Not really. Anyway, so when we come back, Cave of Ordeals, I will see you guys for that. And you take care. Bye, everybody.